Okay, so last time I recorded this, I said that I thought the game was getting difficult, and then it decided to change its mind and become not difficult anymore. So I don't know what's up with that. But anyway, we just did a mini boss, and we did a mini boss after the second segment of the game. Probably indicating that I am through the halfway point. Also evidenced by, because this is a Bionicle game, it probably follows the rule of 6. So there probably are 6 levels. And I went through what seemed to be 3 levels. So the mini-boss was at the end of what seemed to be a 3rd level. So I believe I just made it halfway through, and that was about, I don't know, 5 hours of gameplay. So there'll probably be another 5 hours or so left. I wonder how you open this. Anyway, there's a door that needs to be unlocked with a, puzzle solve. This terrain is very confusing. Oh, okay. Goes off to the left and right. Some channel news things. I downloaded Bionicle the game for PC yesterday. So haven't tried opening it and see if it runs. I also haven't tried messing with widescreen patching for it. So might be a bit of a project getting it going, but I've at least done something. I've taken the first step. So that will, I'll hopefully, well, I don't know if the days of the week really matter with these recordings, but do it this weekend, which this is being recorded on a Monday, so that's going to be completely irrelevant to the upload time. Anyway, we knew his great Mask of Night Vision allows him to enter dark areas. So that will be coming up. I got Image Magic to work, which is good. I'll do this Leo part, because I think the tutorial area is progress. So I can make text clips. However, the first time I tried to do a text overlay, I set it as a caption, and then I set the position to south, because I thought that would put it on the bottom, and it put it in the upper left corner, which is the exact opposite of what I thought it would do. If you didn't know, I use Python wrappers to edit my videos. I'll fight this. Kimoka. Got papers flying everywhere. That's stone. Okay. What was I going with this? So I'm going to be spending some time, probably not tonight, the night I'm recording this, because I'm not going to have time, but tomorrow, trying to figure out how to do text overlays and get them actually, I can get the text on the screen, but get them at good font size and good position. So I can start putting text corrections in. So next time that I do something like refer to Gorast as male, or misread number as never, or pronounce stamina as stamina. So ingrained, or do something like that. I forgot all the things I've done. I can put like, oops, I meant this. Or if I do something like, say that a Corsair 850X power supply has only 3 8-pin connectors, but actually it has 5. I can put that as a correction. Is teleporting insta-death? You would think. Kofujagas are... I guess I didn't write that down. I have to look into Chronicle on this. It's fire, okay. Okay. Let's actually use no comma for once. Let's see. Oh, well, whatever. You have some probably pretty powerful discs sitting at... Well... We have this guy. Oh, that was weak. This is gonna take a while. Maybe try to use an instant death again. Oh, okay. Whew. Of course, I tried not to make mistakes as much as possible, because mistakes make me have to do excess editing, and excess editing takes a while. So we knew a thing, or does it just not let me through? Okay, it just doesn't let me through. This seems to be a Earth-based level, if that really means anything. Well, how's this supposed to work? I mean, only Matau can jump the gap, but only Winua can go in there in the first place. Oh, I see. Okay. Winua is the only one that can get close enough such that he can shoot the disc and hit the target. Oh! Here we go! Now, I presume this thing is ice. If I were to take a wild guess in the dark, I would say this is an ice Rahi. Even though it's not really a Rahi, it's actually purely robotic. So, let's bring in this big gun. And let's use a fire disc. Do we have a really weak disk? Yes, we do. It was too weak, though. I wish another hit with it would work. Yeah, so I put together a computer, and I'm very new at that. And so I don't really know what I'm doing. According to Intel's spec page, the max RAM speed that my CPU is rated to is 2933 megahertz. And that's just how much Intel promises you can clock the RAM to, if you pay the purchase price for this item, for this thing. And if you can't use 2933 megahertz RAM with it, it's false advertising. Well, okay, I already have enough of that, apparently. But that's not obviously the fastest the RAM could possibly go. You can buy RAM that can be clocked higher, and you can clock it higher, right? Whether that voids the warranty of the GPU, I don't know, and I don't really care particularly because it's a CPU, and CPUs are pretty robust. So, you can go out and buy, say, 3600 megahertz RAM kits, or actually up to 6 gigahertz RAM kits. They exist. See, Fiku's our Earth, right? Okay. Teleporting takes a turn nowadays. So, kind of going off the kind of general sentiment around the internet, the maximum RAM speed, or the RAM speed where you get the most value for money, is somewhere around 3.6 gigahertz or 3600 megahertz. For some reason, you use the megahertz when describing RAM speeds, even though it would seem just as appropriate to use gigahertz. So I bought, 64 gigabytes, as I said last time, of 3600 megahertz RAM. And installed that, and then in the BIOS, which were ASUS BIOS because I have an ASUS motherboard, I enabled XMP, which stands for Extreme Memory Profile, and that sets some things. So, I guess embedded in the some sort of firmware for the RAM, it'll say what the max, tested or maxed advertised, timing and clock speed combination, for said RAM, or basically the max quality control clock speed and timing combination. RAM performs better the higher the clock speed and the tighter the timings. Sometimes in order to get to be stable at higher clock speeds, you need looser timings, and so increasing the clock speed can actually decrease the performance if you increase the clock speed enough. But anyway, you would expect, though, that if you sell a 3.6 gigahertz RAM kit, or 3600 megahertz RAM kit, that if you actually clock it at 3600 megahertz, then it would perform better than stock speeds. Which a stock speed would be somewhere around 2666 megahertz. Because then otherwise, what's the point? You have to worry about that if you overclock the RAM beyond 3600 megahertz, because nothing prevents you from adjusting the BIOS such that the not only are your clock speeds higher than the rating for the memory controller in your CPU, but also for the RAM itself you're trying to clock. This is stone, right? Okay. Let's bring in this guy. Let's try to... Nah. Just use a basic. Well, that was... Okay, maybe use the reconstitute. My reconstitutes are kind of low level. Okay. I'll shrink you. Oh dear. Can I slow it down? Yes, I can. Okay. I better take advantage of this before I run out of... Okay. So anyway, if you enable XMP, what that'll do is it'll automatically set your clock and your timings to the maximum quality control ones. So for that particular set of RAM, which was Viper Steel 3600 megahertz, was clock speed of 3600 megahertz, timings of 18, 22, 22, 42, and DRAM voltages of 1.35 volts. So it sets those, and then you're good to go. Now, a few weeks ago, I had issues with occasionally trying to boot the system. And it not booting. So it would, it would hang somewhere with the VGA indicator light being red, and the status code, or the Q code, being 00, which is an unused code, but you would think would mean something wrong with the CPU. VGA has something to do with the graphics card. That makes things even more complicated. And we'll do this a few stages into the boot, so it wouldn't happen immediately. And it would mostly likely happen when the system was cold, so it's being booted after it hadn't been booted previously after a few hours. Not that it wouldn't do this on a fresh restart. That happened once, but it would usually do this when it was cold. And then you just basically would kill it with the power button, try again, and it usually would work the second try, if not the second try, the third try. Now, I don't really like running a system in its configuration where it does not reliably boot, because that is an indication that there might be some other problem under the hood, or it's kind of embarrassing when somebody else watches you turn on your system and it doesn't boot on your first try. Like, oh yeah, it does this sometimes where it doesn't boot. Like, you don't want to be in that situation. Anyway, so I'm wondering what and so, of course, I reverted the RAM back to the stock speed for the motherboard, which is 2666 megahertz. And if you remember, I said that the CPU was rated for RAM speeds at 2933, which means that the auto for those ASUS BIOS is 2666, which I believe the reason why it is that is because that's the rating for 9th Gen X series CPUs, which that's the RAM speed rating. So anyway, you have to enable some sort of manual profiling to get up even to the CPU's rated speed. Anyway, so I revert back to pure vanilla optimized default stock, and I get 12 boots in a row with no failed boots whatsoever. So everything is peachy, everything boots reliably, every time you hit the power button, everything's great. And there's some complications in there, like I've tried not using the power strip. Michael, why would you think that would matter? Well, it's because if you have boots only when the system is problems booting only when the system is cold, that's an indication that something might be up with the power supply. You might go, well, why is the power strip having to do with it? Well, maybe there's some sort of bottleneck, like extra resistance in there. I don't know. It's an old power strip. But anyway, that didn't change anything. But you try weird, silly things like that because you want to keep your problem simple. That Bohrok was tough. But anyway, reverting everything to basically optimized defaults, which is everything auto except for the CPU, which you put on per core usage. Fix the problem. So now I have to go back in order to get my money's worth out of my RAM. Figure out what is actually what's stable. I might so that's either decrease the RAM speed down to 3,500 megahertz. Oh, well, I guess it went on though. Increase the memory voltage. I don't want to make the timing too loose here. It's kind of not an option. Because then I need to use a benchmarker to figure out what the effect is of that. Or do some strange things, like mess with the voltage on the memory controller. Which oddly, the VCCIO voltage, which oddly, if I use hardware monitor on my system, it doesn't actually tell me what that is. This is a new VOC. Okay. Yes, good. Fine. This thing is so dodgy. Try dodging this. Wow, he can dodge that. Okay, we need to lower his attributes. There we go. Now can you dodge this? No, yes. Do nothing. Do nothing. There we go. But someone on the internet said that what worked was they changed the memory profile from XMP to manual, and then they just manually set all the XMP parameters. So they manually set the clock speed, they manually set the timing, and the voltage, the DRAM voltage. So I did that, which basically changed absolutely nothing about the physical parameters whatsoever. It just changed the that what was in the box where you select the memory profile from XMP to manual. I can't see how that would fix anything. But I guess it could. Anyways, actually, because I know that XMP causes some failed boots, I tried that. So that's what I'm running right now. It always runs fine. Once I can get to boot into Windows, I never have any problems it wasn't crashing in Windows ever. Zero whatsoever. Anyway. Yeah, I can't really monitor what the VCCIO voltage is. So I don't know what that is. I don't know what the auto voltage is. Of course, grayed out next to the auto is a number, 0.95 volts, but I don't know. But I don't think auto actually applies that voltage. That's just the default default Anyway, nothing's really broken. I mean, everything performs as advertised. It's just if you try to kind of match these things, you try to overclock the RAM, so to speak. You have to tinker with it a little bit to get to work. It's a little obnoxious, or a little fun, depending how you think about it. And sort of reflecting back on this, I bought an Asus motherboard, which is not a bad idea, but maybe I should have gone with a EVGA X299 Dark. So, lesson for next time. Buy a dark board. Anyway. What was I doing? Let's see. I don't know if Galley has anything useful. Okay, now will something like this hit it now that it's scared, potentially? Well, it doesn't do any damage, really. Let's reconstitute it. I dodged it, great. More sap. Of course, I haven't overclocked don't have my CPU in an overclocked, like the cores in overclock setting, because that's another whole different ball of wax. Don't want to overclock the cores until I have a better cooler system installed, which I may not ever install, but if I manage to get my hands on a 3090 hydrocopper. Why did I say hydrocopper? Like a water-blocked high-end graphics card, then that will tip me over to actually make a cooling custom loop, get the cooling upgraded. We can try overclocking my CPU cores. I'm not really satisfied with the cooling situation at the moment. It seemed to do some damage when it hit. I'm damaged so much. Okay, can I... Will this scare it again? Not really. I mean, Nokama doesn't really have any good tool powers. Wall of Water doesn't do anything. This I don't... That doesn't do anything either. Let's try to enlarge it. Now, I can use a mediocre disk and it should work. Correct. Okay. Let's learn to use some debuffers more liberally. Is this the way I came in? Use Renewa here. Oh, I already have Renewa queued up. Okay. So. use these debuffers, and these are high-powered ones, too. There we go. Now if I attack this thing, I can actually do damage to it. Yeah, there we go. That would be better than last time. Also probably because we knew I leveled up, but whatever. Wow, am I out-leveled here? Okay. Keep using these enlargers. If they can hit. That was better. No. Okay. Then just throw my most powerful disc at it. There. Great. We reconstitute you. Use this kind of level 3 disc. Oh, well. Oh, great. Now... Shrink disc. Just waiting for something to actually hit. Oh, whatever. Gonna get rid of all the silly discs that I don't need. Oh, that was great. Okay, let's use these items. I don't know what Super Mix does, but... Oh, use it on the weapons? Okay. I'll get all that back as soon as I encounter an obelisk. Okay, there's somewhere I haven't gotten into yet over there. Okay, Kofujagas are fire. Okay, it's a job for Matau. Let's look at the Chronicles. Okay, so this is exactly how you'd expect their elements to go. Okay. Ugh. Okay, Nuju. And then... snap it. Why did I do it twice? I accidentally clicked the wrong button, that's why. Okay, I actually used the right thing this time. There we go, now he's frozen. Now... let's freeze him while he's frozen. Use one of these weak discs. Sure. I guess that's a root, not a sap, so I can't pick it up because I have my cache full of roots. This is gonna be miserable. Out-leveled again, okay. big misfest. I don't think this does anything. Yeah, it's like useless. Okay. Immediately fight another one. Yes, hit yourself. Now he's scared, and his corn is fused into a smooth yellow cylinder. Okay. Okay. It's just a lot of slicing. Let's try if we can make it bigger. That was just a spawn point. Okay. probably gonna have to translate something to get the sequence, but anyway. Okay, center, left, then right. This is the wrong thing. This is a Nuvok, not a Korok. Whatever. Fine. Could have used that a while ago, but I was saving it. Anua's great mask of mind control allows him to take over creatures and move them. Press the B button to activate the power. Nearby enemies which can be controlled will be indicated with an arrow. Use the control pad to select the creature you want to move, and press the A button to take control. Pressing the B button will cancel. The power... Anua's power has a limited duration. Okay, so it's just like telekinesis, except you have a time limit. Okay, that's air. This matches up. Refuses to be mind controlled. That's inconvenient. It's the only thing that seems to be working. Sometimes. There we go. Okay, here I should just save and quit. So I'll just... Whoops. Do the save. And end the recording session.